Hello, this is Dale, and this is my nightly video blog for the weekly options for Thursday, May 9th. Well, we've still got a position on TLT and VXX, and we'll talk about that tonight, along with answering a lot of questions. Remember, this is not a recommendation to buy or sell. Options Infinity LLC is not a brokerage firm. Our instruction is for educational purposes only. All right, let's just take a look and go through our stocks here. The first one's in the emerging markets, EEM, and you see we have no squeeze on at all. It looked like we were going to have a squeeze here, but it didn't confirm down here on the TTM, so I did not bother taking that. One thing that's interesting here, and I want to point that out, is that I do like double tops and double bottoms as change of direction. And you can see we were coming up here pretty strong, and it came down, came back up. It had a top right there at 44.27 and then came down. Once it passes below this low point of 44.04, right around 10 o'clock today, that was a confirmation that the direction has changed. Once you get that formation, the Fibonacci retracements are a very accurate indicator. You go from the low point to the high there, and you can see how it dropped all the way down to the 261 before it came back and had some motion to the top. This Fibonacci retracement on double tops and double bottoms is something to look out for. On FAS, we had no squeeze at all today, as the Bollinger Bands are pretty parallel. GDX, we took advantage of the down move and the up move, and there are no squeezes on a GDX. TLT, actually it looked like right around 3 o'clock we had a squeeze, but in my mind that is not a squeeze. The Bollinger Bands were diverging, and that's not a squeeze. My mind is I'm trained to see these squeezes, and then I confirm them with the TTM. I don't look at the TTM and confirm them with the Bollinger Bands. So this one came late in the day. Not only that, I didn't see a squeeze whatsoever, so I did not take that. So we have nothing going on in TLT. As a matter of fact, we were looking for a call on TLT. That's the 125 call. We got a penny on there. Looks like that's going to expire tomorrow. Just let it go and pay no commissions on that. VXX, the VIX. The same thing is true on the VIX, where we had a squeeze here, but you know, they were diverging. I do not see that as a squeeze. Now remember, if you don't have to take all these, and you know, if you're not convinced what you've got is a tradable situation, you know, just don't take it. Just don't take it. Okay, had a question on how do you see that 50%? I want to go up here to the Analyze tab, and what I'm going to do is just take a look at a straddle that I put on here, just to show you what the risk profile looks like. The red line here is what it would be at expiration, where the white line is what it is, the profit and loss line as of today. And you can see that the loss here could be as great as like $900. Let's see what that, yeah, $922. So what you can do is you can watch this, and every day this will come down as theta decays, and you can look at where the price is, where you're at, and how close to that 50% loss you are. So that's one way of looking at it. The other thing you can do is come over here to the Monitor tab, and right under P/L Open, just right-click on View Trades, and there's a list of all the trades that you have. So you can see when you got in, what you got in with, and what the price was, so you can determine a 50% level on that price by looking at the monitor tab, the P&L. Okay, another question I had was on the trade tab. If you look here, I've got it set up so I have the bid ask and then delta, probability of in the money, open interest, and mark. There's very little difference between these two. Before they started calculating this, I used to use the delta. A delta of 0.1 means that for every dollar move the underlying has, the option will move 10 cents. Or another way of looking at that is it had 90% probability of expiring worthless. Okay, that's the way I use this. Now, if you want to set that up, all you have to do is come up here and customize, and here's a list of available items. Just pick those items, add them over here, and that's the ones that I like looking at. And then every time you come up, that your option chain will look exactly like this. I think that, oh, there was one other question, and that was on getting a good balance. Let me see if I can get one here that, yeah, the VXX probably is a good one. It's sitting very close to 18.5, and but you can see if I went down to out of the money calls, it's around about 39 cents. If I went up to, or down to on the put side, it's going to be about 29 cents. That is unbalanced. So what I try to do is get a good balance. Well, I might have to go in closer, get a 19 that's 52 cents and an 18.5 which is 53 cents. Now I'm more balanced and I'm more delta neutral. I'm looking at that balance between the call and the put. That's how I determine the strikes. Okay, the longer I've got to expiration, the further out I will go. But if I need a balance, I'll start working my way in. Balance is more important than how far out I am on the strikes. And that's my blog for tonight. I hope everybody has a good weekend. Come on back Sunday night. We'll get you ready for next week. Next Thursday is the housing starts, and we'll talk about that more on Sunday. Bye-bye now.